Good morning, Owen.
Good morning, Curtis. And good morning to all our viewers.
Episode 1, welcome.
Episode 0, actually, it says so on the piece of paper.
Culture Cafe.
That's okay. Yes, that's who we are. And that is the podcast that we're starting.
Fantastic. So,
let's have a chat about what this podcast is going to be and what we're going to talk about.
Areas of interest we're keen to talk about.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so for those of you who we've been speaking to in real life, not through a camera and microphone, we've been talking about how this podcast is going to be a platform for us to discuss everything from nutrition to mental health to uni to going out to travel, basically everything that us as young adults have interest in and can talk about for ridiculously long amounts of time with lots of bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. We're not 100% sure like where this is going to go, so we're just like having a natural conversation about topics that interest us and seeing who gets on board.
Definitely. So like I know for me, like I'm super interested to talk about like maybe a bit of, you know, sports training and how you balance that with going out on the weekends and then doing your uni work throughout the week. Like I find that really interesting, and I know Curtis, you do a lot of running.
That I do, and you're a keen boxer.
That's it, exactly right. So we've got a bit to talk about in those areas. Also media, chasing creative pursuits. Oops.
Coffee just hit the table too hard. You know, we are a cafe. There is coffee on the table, so cheers to that.
Cheers. Okay.
What inspired us to start a podcast, Owen?
Interesting question, Curtis.
Well, I can say Owen put me onto Joe Rogan a month or two ago, and I've been really, really interested in just seeing how those like natural sort of conversations, getting on someone who's got a bit of interest in the area, and you know, sort of facts-based sort of stuff.
Definitely.
Like, really enjoy that, and it's just like it's so broad in scope. So yeah, I mean, Joe Rogan's one of them. What else is there? There's also the Minimalist podcast. That's another good one.
I have heard you talk about that one.
What about you, Owen?
Well, excuse me. Obviously, the same, the Joe Rogan podcast and the way he has people on and just talks to them about anything under the sun, you know.
He's been in the game a while now.
He's got a lot to say. But also the idea to educate myself and set myself some challenges. Like, I want to be able to talk about a topic on the podcast, but have to research that for a couple of days before. For
sure. There's going to be a lot of, we're going to try and keep this facts-based when we're getting into scientific areas, and also some 30-day challenges, as you said, making ourselves better people.
That's it. So as part of the podcast, we're thinking of bringing in some segments and 30-day challenges. So for example, we've spoken about doing a podcast on intermittent fasting or fasting in general. So we were thinking we'll do an episode on that, and then for the next 30 days we will challenge ourselves to fast for, I don't know, it could be like a 16-hour fast or a 24-hour fast every day, just to see if there are actually any health benefits, and then we can report back to you guys and have a chat about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about
that. Actually, a quick shout out to Dougal Cameron from Sydney, Carnage House Productions.
The boys over at Carnage House Productions, a couple of mates we met in Vietnam, Halong Bay, and he started a podcast.
A podcast with a political/sports analytic lean. So yeah, so there'll be a bit of that here as well.
Really interesting stuff. We are very excited, and we hope you are too.
Yes.
It's going to take off. So
yeah,
to you guys who were with us from the start, we'll take care of you. Thank you.
Yeah. And this is also just cathartic. It's just good to, you know, be creating something, learning.
100%.
Yeah.
So another thing that I find really interesting about the podcast is what we can do is get people on who don't agree with us, who have completely different views to us in whatever field we're talking about, and give them a platform to talk about their views, and then we can have all these ideas coming together and talk about that. And
we're bringing back healthy disagreements.
That's it. That's exactly what we're doing. It's so important to have both sides of the argument there.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be an argument. It's just going to be a debate.
It's not an argument, mate.
We're not going to fight. Just relax.
Relax, mate. Just don't take it personally, alright?
Yeah. All right. Jesus Christ.
What were our... So we wanted to go through the first 5 episode topics to give people a bit of an introduction into what they can expect.
Yes.
Did we have those?
Well, we did write those down somewhere. I do believe they are at your house.
I think I left that page at my house, mate.
Interesting. It's okay. It's up here.
Well, we can have a bit of a guess.
Yeah, so the first one was likely going to be about balancing sports, uni life, work, and going out, and how you do that in a way that lets you have a go at each of those aspects and not do it half-heartedly.
Not burn the fuck out, you know.
Exactly right. Yeah, you know, you can't train and study all week and then get to the weekend. You go out, it gets to 11 p.m. and you want to go to bed.
And looking into some, you know, like proven methods of managing that shit, like good ways to be productive in life.
100%. We'll be bringing those papers up.
We'll be bringing up research, mate.
Yeah, right? Criterion. What?
What's the second? Well, and I know in that first 5, there's also going to be the intermittent fasting episode.
There is going to be an episode on intermittent fasting and nutrition, which is pretty interesting because, like, obviously everyone as uni students and young people in general, we're going out pretty much every weekend and drinking and eating whatever we want. And we think it might be interesting if we have a look into how can we potentially be healthy?
doing that.
How can we be healthy whilst having a beer on the weekend? Is that possible?
Yeah, can have done. Carlton
Is it?
Zero.
I don't know. Maybe you guys tell us. You shouldn't have said that.
We're going to have to bleep that out.
This
Don't
isn't
wanna
an
get sued.
endorsed. It's not an endorsement.
And there was also, we were thinking of having something fun and getting into the most craziest conspiracy theories.
Yes, we want to have a chat to you guys and get someone in, a very special guest, about conspiracy theories and some whack ones. We can't tell them yet. We can't tell them. Yeah.
You have to follow us to find out.
Maybe there isn't actually a guest and we're just hyping it up. Or there could be. Maybe it's a conspiracy. So, yeah, another episode will probably be like going out in Melbourne, you know, festivals.
Nightlife,
yeah, what do we enjoy? What sort of music? Which way is it heading?
Music scene.
Yeah, and then another one that probably appeals to a lot of you guys out there is traveling on a budget and traveling in general.
Yeah.
What are some cool places to go? Where would we like to go? Where have we been? And because we recently went to Vietnam and Cambodia, and we won't talk about it too much.
We'll tease you with that one. But
Yeah.
we did it on the budget. It was cheap. We did it on a cheap budget. So.
Yeah, there were some cheap dinners.
Oh yeah.
Some service stations that. No.
Let's just,
Okay, very good. Next point. All right. So in terms of getting in touch with us and having a chat to us about what you want to hear or what we can do better, or if you just want to get around us and support us like the good people you are, you can get in touch with us on Instagram, and we also have a Gmail. We will be setting up a YouTube channel where we'll be putting this footage.
and we'll give you the specific links in like all the descriptions that we can find.
Yeah, so I'll just pull it up here real quick. If you're on your phone right now while you're watching this, just jump over to gram.culturecafe. That's our Instagram one, by the way. So jump over there. We'll be uploading little clips of our footage and just little teasers.
Highlights and shit.
Highlights,
Yeah.
you know how it is. We're out here. Yeah, so we'll be doing a bit of that. And that's basically how you can get in touch with us and support us.
Yeah.
Which is going to be super important, and we'll appreciate that so much because we're starting out. We really want to get this going and we want to make it the best podcast we can.
Please help us.
For you guys, you bastards. Okay.
Is that our introductory episode, mate? Is there anything else?
That's pretty spot on to what we're going to talk about. Also, if you're interested in joining us on the podcast, if you would like to be in an episode, when you reach out and get in touch with us, let us know and let us know what you want to talk about on the episode because our minds are open.
Our minds are open. We will take any on at this point.
Our minds are umbrellas.
Yeah.
We need to open them.
Yeah, exactly. Expand that shit.
Okay.
Okay, well.
Well, there's no point talking any more shit.
Yeah.
I think we've covered a lot of it. I just want to keep talking.
I know, it's so fun. This is addictive. We'll be here to stay.
Yeah. Okay, so we should wrap it up.
We should. So this is Curtis saying thanks for listening to episode 1 and stay tuned for more Culture Cafe productions.
That's it. This is Owen and I'm just going to... Yeah, exactly what Curtis said. Stay tuned. Get in touch with us. Thanks for listening and watching. Okay.